I mean, let's be real, you guys. Who hasn't had a bad day and shot up the local rub and tug? Before we get started, please make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. What's up, everybody? Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. In case anybody is wondering, my co-host Snoopy Bijou is currently having a Whimzees Alligator. Whimzees Alligator, the never-to-be sponsor of Unbothered by Rivera. But we still give them a shout out, and we still put our Amazon affiliates link down below in the comments. If you want to try Whimzees Alligator, a treat that will not, should not, might not, hope not kill your dog. Anyway, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you. Okay, that's not the subject of what we're talking about today. Today we are obviously going to talk about the shootings that happened in, around, and near to Atlanta. The suspect's name is Robert Aaron Love You Long Time. And apparently what happened was he shot up a bunch of people at massage parlors, and people are saying that it was racially motivated. And while we all know that there has been an uptick in Asian-related hate crimes, I've got to say, when it comes to this situation, I feel like there's a little bit of yellow journalism going on, no pun intended, because everybody wants to talk about the hot topic and turn it into that. What we actually do know about this situation is the guy Robert Aaron Long is his actual name. It's not Robert Aaron Love You Long Time, even though it fits. But anyway, what happened was he shot 9 people, 8 of them died, 6 of them were Asian. That doesn't necessarily mean it's racist. It means it actually happened in a massage parlor. That's like if you were to get mad because they messed up your nails and you went and shot up the nail salon and everybody's like, it's racist. It has to be racist. It's a nail salon. It's full of Asian people. And I'm not against you Asians, but at the same time, I can't help but notice there are people that are really, really pushing it. Like comedian Jenny Yang is all over Twitter over and over. Slow down, Martin Luther King. It doesn't necessarily have to be Asian hate just because Asians died. Robert Aaron Long was actually a sex addict. He had been to rehab for it. He had just recently got kicked out of his house. Maybe he got his stimmy like everybody else and he spent it all on a bunch of whores and he wanted to get his money back, or he's mad because they took his money and he sees these evil whores that's taking his stimmy money and now he can't buy a Xbox or PS5 or whatever the fuck it is these nerds are buying. I don't know what people do when they're not getting laid. Well, I'm not on Grindr right now, so I kind of know what people are doing when they're not getting laid. They're hanging out with a small chihuahua. Anyway, so we know what we know about it. He was raised really religious. He's only 21 years old. He had a bad day. He was at the end of his rope. And that's what you do when you're at the end of your rope. You shoot people. That's the way it works. I don't know what you guys do, but that's what I've always done. I grab my gun and I just shoot people. I'm at the end of my rope. What else am I going to do with my day? So I can't necessarily say I blame him. Then Captain Jay Baker is his name. And Captain Jay Baker is in trouble because what it seemed like happened, if you actually watched when he's doing the press conference.
I spoke with investigators, they interviewed him this morning, and they got that impression that yes, he understood the gravity of it, and he was pretty much fed up at the end of his rope, and yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
It sounds like he's repeating what Robert Aaron Long had actually said. He had a bad day. He was at the end of his rope. It sounded like he was repeating that. Maybe he had a brain fart. But then they had gotten screenshots from the police officer's Facebook where he was promoting a shirt that said coronavirus had been imported from China. And kind of though, wasn't it? But like, even if you say it was, well, it was. I mean, like, you know, I've been to Wuhan. It's great. They have a great noodle there. I can't pronounce the name of the dish, but it's really good. But the thing is, it really did come from China, so maybe the shirts weren't the most politically correct. But we were all having fun saying Kung Flu and all that fun stuff last year, and that's when he had posted it, so maybe his thinking has changed. I don't know about that. I guess nerds have all day to do nothing but come up with these ideas and reasons that now we should cancel the cop. Anyway, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Mayor Bottoms, has said that she doesn't want to victim blame or victim shame when they asked if these were rub and tug spots.
Thank you.
Mayor Bottoms.
But we all know that when you say Asian massage parlor, we all think rub and tug. And yeah, there was a couple there that got caught up in the fray. And I don't know what they were doing there. They were a white couple. The man ran out and left his wife in there to fend for herself. But they don't want to talk about the fact that she died, I guess because she's a white woman. And I know that maybe people are going to say that because I'm not just going the white supremacist route, that I'm standing up for the whiteys. But I will be the first one to throw a white person under the bus. You ask any one of my exes, they're all white. I've thrown all of them under the bus gladly. So if you're looking at me as a person that's like a white apologist, I'm not your guy. I'm not your girl. I'm not your non-binary. If you're only looking to fit a narrative, then you're going to miss a lot of things. You know, like I mentioned, there were 6 people that ended up dying that were Asian.
2 of our victims were white, in case anyone was unaware of that.
There was also a Mexican guy, which I don't know what he was. I need answers. I don't know what he was doing there.
We're not going to say whether they were employees or whether they were there just by happenstance, so just don't want to go into that at this time.
So I just don't understand the pushing that particular narrative, and I don't know why it is everybody wants to only look one way. Oh, and then there was also the fake Facebook post that was attributed to Robert Aaron Long. That turned out to not be true. Snopes has fact-checked that, and that turned out to not actually be. I guess somebody photoshopped it. And then there was also a report that a witness had told a Korean newspaper that Robert Aaron Long said that he was going to kill all Asians, but that is unconfirmed and still just a rumor. But everybody's just running with it like it's an actual fact. And that's another thing that's bothering me, is everybody's just running with everything like it's an actual fact, and that really does hurt the investigation. And in this day and age, when everybody's trying to be an internet sleuth, and we even have the term internet sleuth because they do actually exist, I think that more people need to be more careful about what it is they're reporting on both sides. And just because you say that you think that we need to look into these things doesn't necessarily mean you're a racist, doesn't mean you're necessarily against Asians, doesn't mean any of that. I think it's just as bad to lump all white people into white supremacy, even white people that have done terrible things like Robert Aaron Long has apparently done, because he does admit that he's done it. They keep using the word suspect. I don't really have a problem with that because I know it's innocent until proven guilty, and they still have to go through the trial, even though he's admitted to it. He's not disputing the fact that he did kill. But to lump him in with white supremacists is just as dangerous to me as lumping every Asian person in with the bitchy Asian lady that owns the liquor store down the street from wherever you're at.
Hurry up and buy!
And no matter what street you live on, there's an Asian liquor store up the street. That's something that we all know. I just feel like we're in a dangerous situation right now with the way that people are completely willing to block out other factors that may have been worth looking into. And then what if it turned out to be a silver lining for somebody, like, you know, somebody that really was at the end of their rope and they went in there just to blow off some steam, get off a quick load, and all of a sudden, just as it's about to happen, they get shot, sent straight up to heaven. Talk about a happy ending.
I feel sorry for your mother.
Anyway, I think everybody should have a lot of questions, and I think everybody should be able to ask as many questions as they feel like are necessary without necessarily being called names. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This has been Ty Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. Special thanks to my research department, Anthony Victorson and Chris Storin, for helping me write this mess.